listening, pay attention.
You're looking for capitals?
Eltham Green School in South London. John Bayley's exploring a familiar problem at Key Stage 4, the underachievement of bright but unmotivated girls. It's day 2, and he begins by looking at the girls' SATs levels from primary school and getting a grim reminder of how badly some of them are doing.
Yeah.
Claire got 5.
She'd already had a level 5 for science.
She's still got 5.
And she's still then got a
Five, good, yeah.
Lacey got 5. Lacey, still got 5. Brooke got 5, and she's got 5 there.
So there's 3 who come in at from primary school and have ended up at the same level.
So between Key Stage 2 and Key Stage 3, end of Key Stage 3.
They're the same.
Well, yes.
They've made no progress.
Okay. How clear would the girls be about their predicted grades and their actual grades? How dramatically and clearly can we present this to them?
I think we've presented it to them at, was it the end of... When did they get their results? Because I can remember May, having a conversation with them in the group, and a few of them were quite depressed about the results, particularly Jess, but it was a shock as well to some of them.
Yeah, you know, if they're coming in with level 5s and levels from primary school, they should be at least
That's
6
good, isn't
7.
it? Yeah, 6 or 7.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Bayley feels he has work to do with teachers and students. First, he needs to see some of the girls to try and make them aware of teaching as a process. He's starting by finding out what Jess, Lacey and Louise think makes a good lesson.
If you're underachieving, here are some of the things that we as teachers get told makes a lesson go well.
Can we read us all them?
It's not going to take long. The lesson goes quickly from one thing to another. The teacher likes me. I like the teacher.
Definitely not.
Teacher is strict.
Yeah. That's beautiful. And when you
there was never a quiet room.
There's a lot of chit chat there.
There's lots of chit chat. When the teacher is friendly.
Teacher's friendly.
When my friends aren't there. Now your job is, imagine a sentence that begins, I work better when. Cards where you think this is really true, I want you to pick the top 5 and put them over there, the bottom 5 and put them over there, and the middle 5 and put them in the middle.
Start again, baffled.
Do you strongly, if I said, I work better when I can work with my friends, do you agree with that?
No, you don't work better with friends, I do.
It depends who it is. It's important to us, so we know how to do this stuff, but no one listens when there's a practical going on, we just run riot, so the teacher's friendly.
Put it over there, don't worry about it.
Yeah, but...
I'll put it there then.
Should not.
There's group work.
No.
Over there. There's lots of chit chat.
I could work with it. I can work better with it, but I could work without it.
So put it
there.
Okay, so your top 5 are?
Teacher gives good explanations. The teacher likes me. The subject is relevant. The teacher is friendly. There are regular reviews of my work.
That's fantastic.
At the same time, John's also trying to make the teachers more aware of what works best with the girls. Catherine Pope's Deputy Head of Science. She finds the girls very challenging and over the years has adopted a teaching style that minimises confrontation.
I don't understand.
Words that are underlined in the text, have you read this?
Goes to that, then turns
Read through it, yeah. Read the text.
That's the small intestine, isn't it?
That's the stomach, that. All the underlined words, you need to fill in labels. Do you know what you're doing? Have you read this?
I'm reading it now. Can you interrupt me?
Okay.
Don't miss come back, I know what to do.
I'll be over in a second.
Hannah, you teaching other lessons
right
away? Okay, are you all right? Was that all right?
Yeah, that's fine,
You weren't suffering from too much?
You can very easily have a confrontation with her, but I don't want to spend time having a confrontation with her because it's not fair on the other kids. So Jess often, she did sit there, she didn't like it, so she's sitting at the back because there are 25, 30 children in the class, not just her, so rather than spending time arguing, and she doesn't respond, she will clash with you, so Jess, I find it's easier just to talk to and sort of encourage, and she's come back if she gets a detention, she will come back and do it. which is quite strange.
So there's some affiliation there.
Yeah, she'll come back and do the work after school. Often she does more work after school than she actually does in the lessons. Sit down, there's stuff in the box. Anyone chewing?
The following day, they look back at Bailey's footage of the lesson. He wants to know why Catherine avoids confrontation.
You worked really well yesterday. OK, get your books out, Sam, there's your book. I've worked in a boys' school and I've worked in an all-girls school. And the way you handle kids is quite different. And with boys, in an all-boys school, you can raise your voice and you can shout. But they sort of go, and it's fine. And even if you're sort of quite harsh with someone, they're fine the next day. They just get on, oh, hello, how are you? Whereas girls, if you shout at a girl, they'll get either stroppy or they'll start arguing back. Whereas boys generally don't do that as much.
So what, with a girl, you get a bit of a vendetta and a bit of a mouthful?
You can tell someone off in a lesson or you can punish them for something and it will last. The grudge and the funny looks towards you can last for weeks. Barriers go up with girls.
Yeah.
And defences go up, and they can be confrontational. They're not with me, but then I'm not very confrontational with them because I've been there before with other girls like it. Stomach, stomach. Jess, down.
John wants Catherine to see the lesson from the start. He feels the solution really lies in some basic principles of teaching.
Right, everyone, while we're waiting for everyone else, get your books, write those dates in your planner. That is your exam. Those are when the revision sessions are. And then the questions. So planners first, coat off please. Right, come in, take your coats off, get your book out.
There are two things I'm interested about at the beginning of the lesson. One of them might have to do with what year they are. They're drib-drabbing in, and so you have to sort of settle them as they come in. You might think of giving them an activity on the desk so you can say, come in and immediately start matching that and that. And I expect you to do that lots of the time. So they come in and they've got something to do.
Jess, look, there's a nice thing to put it in so it keeps going. Doing a training video. Come on, put it in there. Where's your book? Can you get your book out, Jess? You should get home. Stefan, stay in your seat, you don't move. Take your coat off.
The idea of activity directions, when you want to give an instruction, I want to see hands empty. I need people facing the front. I want a listening voice level. I'm going to do a countdown and I want it now. Are you able to do that with Year 10?
No.
Okay.
Right. Shh. You need to write down, Andrew, put that umbrella away, otherwise I'll take it off you. Stefan, sit.
So you've got a kind of feeling that they've grown out of basic behaviour management?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, I know you're late, please settle down. Right. Right, everyone listen. The date of your exam is soon. Your first GCSE exam is 23 days away. You've got a couple of questions that you're going to start off with, which are relating, Laura, face them up, please, to what you did at the start.
We teach children routines. So we need to do a starter to get you warmed up. You're going to need a notebook and a pencil, and I want to see nothing else on your desktop. You'll be sitting in your seats, you'll be working in pairs. I want to hear you talking with each other, but I want to hear you talking like mice, so I can hear myself think. And we've got 10 minutes to go, starting now. You then rush around looking for people who are doing the right thing. There are some kids who are off task, and so you give them some redirections. And then If necessary, we offer the sanction.
Right. OK, you've got another minute and we'll go through the answers. If you haven't done them, don't... Andrew, shh. If you haven't done them yet, don't worry. Laura, gum.
You're not sure how much of this you can get away with. Is that sort of it?
Yeah, the way I am with... Yeah, because they're at that stroppy teenage a bit. Right. Everyone, finish the question you're on. Laura, are all drugs illegal?
Yes.
No.
Can I have some examples? Coffee?
Yeah, coffee.
Alcohol? Nicotine? Nicotine's a drug, caffeine. What else? What do you do if you feel ill?
Here are two ways that we work with children. Level 1, rules and consequences. And if you want to know how this model works, I just want to remind you of Super Nanny. You watched her on the television?
Bits of it. It's very psychological. She uses a lot of behaviourist techniques.
She's behaviourist.
Yeah,
she comes into a house.
Completely.
Yeah, she comes into a house. She sticks a set of rules up on the wallpaper, or tells them what it is. She shows the family where the naughty stair is, and then the strongest thing about it is she shows them how to have fun together, and how the minute the child does the right thing, you reward them. And that's the rules and consequences model. That's the teacher in Super Nanny.
Yeah. Right, can you please finish up the one you're on? Because there are so many different arguments sort of about behaviourism and sort of ignoring and only praising.
The behavioural theory is, if you're working with rats in a cage, you reinforce behaviour either positively by giving them a lump of cheese every time you do the right thing, or you reinforce it negatively by
shocks and stuff
by punishing the behaviour you don't want, or by ignoring the behaviour you don't want, and it leads to extinction. But it's very difficult to extinguish behaviour in a classroom, because if I'm Johnny the lad and I'm mucking around, I get an enormous amount of reinforcement from my peers. And the fact that you're ignoring it probably doesn't wash very much.
The molecule, the enzyme,
The idea of tactical ignoring is I might go chatter, chatter, chatter during your lesson, and you might want to focus really strongly on someone else because you're demonstrating that I don't get your attention that way, and you're demonstrating that you're focusing your learning elsewhere. And so you may take that decision to ignore it, but you get hold of me afterwards and you say, John...
Do that again.
Yeah, John, I ignored that for 20 minutes in that last lesson because I was focused on working. But I know what's going on, and that behaviour is completely unacceptable. Tell me how you should behave during the lesson. And then something different happens, because then you become kind of the dark avenger, don't you? And I think, well, she really means it. But I spent half my career thinking, if you ignore behaviour, it goes away. And I thought, it's funny. It doesn't seem to work. There, I've given you a definite opinion.
OK.
Without these ground rules, John feels bright Year 10 girls stand little chance of realising their potential. In the next programme, Bayley meets a teacher who's got the girl thing cracked.